Well, nothing ever happens even on the bill. It's always very still. Not a lot of thrills or the bill. Everybody's popping all these happy pills. I think they leave a chill. Such a lot of pills for the bill. And everybody's wondering what is going on while we're getting along. All this lonely palms left behind. Don't you sing that song? Don't you cry so long? When the smoke is gone, when the need you stop. No, the sky is blue and white. Till my baby cries and cries. But don't worry, we'll get by. You are my girl, you'll do just fine in this world. You are my girl, you'll do just fine. My brother's been a Sunday at the shopping mall, high on them Utah. Never cared at all, said fuck it all. He told me we're just rolling just before the fall, that there's a crumbling wall. I'm above us all, about to fall. I used to watch his fingers fly, that Mozart look that in his eye almost killed us when he cried. Me and my girl gonna do just fine in this world. Me and my girl gonna do just fine, yeah. Nothing ever happens in a motorville. It's always very still. Not a lot of thrills like a motorville. And everybody's popping all these happy pills. I think they need a chill. And there's a lot of pills in Oldville. With me and my girl, gonna do just fine in this world. Me and my girl, gonna do just fine, yeah, yeah. Well, the ends up with news. Oh, the investor that drunk on his boardroom floor, having lost so much, could not lose no more. Terrible visions that broiled in his brain. He dreamed he was riding on a hellbound train. All street with pain. Say, please, Mr. Devil, won't you please stop this train? But he just laughed at us, he just danced with me. He laughed and he joked at our misery. You have done all the work and never with the devil. They pay, they sure. See, they were riding on a hellbound train. Hellbound train. It was brilliantly lit with a brimstone lamp. There was a demon full of chill, he was shoveling bones. All the furnaces rang with 1,000 wounds. There rose a yell. Ha ha, said the devil, you're near in hell. Oh, how we passengers all shriek with pain. Please, Mr. Devil, won't you please stop this train? And he just laughed at us and he danced with glee. He laughed and he joked at our misery. He said, my faithful sons, you have done all my work, and never will the devil any payday serve. Because you have bullied the weak, you have lied to poor, and your starving brother you have turned from the door. And you have laid up gold where the cancer rusts, giving free rein to your beastly lust. So now you're riding on a hell-bound train, hell-bound train. Rich man, poor man, we all end the same. We all end up riding on hell-bound. We have bullied the weak, and we have robbed the poor, and all starved the brother, and we have turned from good, and we have laid up gold where the cancer rusts, giving free rein to our beastly lust. Riding on a hell-bound train, hell-bound train. Rich man, poor man, we all have the same. We all end up riding on a hell-bound. We have justice gone and corruption abound. We have trampled the laws of nature down. And we have drunk and we have bribed and cheated and plundered and lied. We have marked our birth in our hell-born pride. So now we're riding on a hell-bound train, a hell-bound train. We all end the same. We all end up riding on a hell-bound train. We're going to take a break for a while.
Hey Austin, what's going on? Welcome to another edition of rAwTiMe, and I'm Dave, your producer. We're in the VIP room right now. I'm feeling very important at this point in time. Lucky enough to be with now someone I'm excited to call an Austinite, David BAERWALD. Man, Austinite, David BAERWALD.
That's
I
right.
Say it again. I like that. What brought you to town, man?
Well, I have a 4-year-old son. And he came home one day from school and said, "Dad, what's networking?"
That's not good. That's not good.
And I was like, you know what, we got to get out of here.
That's crazy. So that's the boomtown for you there. You came directly from where?
From L.A.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Downtown LA.
Yeah, downtown.
I can't imagine living somewhere like that, especially with a kid. I have a 4-year-old and a 6-year-old, and Austin's beautiful.
Yeah, no, I mean it's well, he lived in Venice, but we were back and forth between downtown and Venice all the time. Venice is all right, but it's yeah.
I've never visited outside of like 3 states, so we were maybe one day.
No, Venice is great.
So I'll try to start at the top. I was a fan of David and David years ago, and David's done some stuff, all of it being very great, very interesting stuff, but it's like since Triage, it's been kind of not near enough for my taste, I should say. I'd love to have more music from you.
Well, you'd be surprised how much.
Right? Are you writing them? I mean, there hasn't been a whole lot commercially available.
Well, I ran into a bit of a difficulty around the Triage era with a record company that I was contracted to, and they basically, not to put too fine a point on it, told me they owned my name, and I wasn't able to work under it. So I had to do a lot of different kinds of stuff to do that. But I mean, if you watch TV, you've heard a lot of my music.
Exactly.
Well, I once was a dancer. I was young once like you. Don't I know I don't look it. I jumped high as the sky. Had fire in my eyes. Legs like a stag. And I had a girl and I loved her whole. My best friend was a brother. We were on top of the mountain at the tunnel, but we never leave. Swallowed by the past, gone so far down, like the rest of the world, but we both fell back. Swallowed by the past, our pride won down. Time gone by, I can't forget. Swallowed by the crash. We never be We would talk through the night about the things we would do if we just could get started. I would call me to graphite me, and she would ask Steve, he was a writer. Then city railway got bored. I need to job in the store. Me, I became this Hollywood whore. You see the for you. We get swallowed by the crash,
a lot of things make up a person. I don't know if what David BAERWALD is what you're trying to communicate through your songs yourself. I know as a fan of your music, it definitely communicates a certain type of a person to me. Whether or not that's what you're trying to communicate or that's yourself. A lot of things go into the making of a person. There's a lot of crazy stories in your life. Ups and downs, plane wrecks, beating till you were in the hospital, guns. Any of that you want to share that might give our viewers an insight to the guy who is David BAERWALD?
Well, you know, I've always been a kind of adventurous person. I mean, the plane wreck thing is highly over-exaggerated. It was what's known as a hard landing.
Yeah.
I was learning how to fly, you know, a little single-engine plane, and we found this beautiful airfield out in Mojave, in the Mojave Desert. Mm-hmm. wide, empty runway, and we thought it was a good place to practice touch and go, you know, landings. Mm-hmm. And you know, we asked the tower if it was okay. And they said, "Oh, fine, you know, just fine, sugar. Just watch out for the ground gusts." And you know, she's used to. It's a jet fighter training school. So, and so she's used to people flying F-14s and F-15s and A-10s and stuff like that. And we were in this little Cessna, and a ground gust that, you know, barely bothers an A-10 or an F-15, you know, will devastate a little Cessna. And so on my very first landing, we were coming in to this Mojave landing strip. You know, when you're about 70 feet off the ground, you do this thing called drop the flaps, mm-hmm. Bring the flaps up, which brings the nose up and lowers your airspeed substantially.
Ready for the landing, yeah.
And right then we got hit on the side by this like 65, 70 mile an hour gust of wind. And so the right wing went way up in the sky, and what happens when the right wing goes up in the sky, or when any wing goes up in the sky, is that your nose goes down. We were only 70 feet off the ground. So
couple seconds of
yeah. So fortunately, the guy I was with is a very good pilot, and he said, "My plane," and he got us, and he sort of got us out of there, but we still landed sideways and lost the tail.
Oh God, man, can't imagine. That's a couple seconds of some very important decisions, right there.
Well, my decision was to not make any decisions.
Yeah, exactly.
My decision was to let him fly the plane.
That's fabulous. So you still pursuing flying?
I haven't since I moved down here.
Yeah.
I want to take it up again, though.
Yeah.
There's a white dog howling by the side of the road, a giant drop of water in the sand, and a child's toy floating near the ocean's edge, and a drop of blood falling from my hand. We've been living here like exiles. We've been out here way too long. It seems like it's when the door is open wide, since the walls begin to close. Don't ask me why. Don't ask me why. I don't know. I don't know. Well, a night can make a ghost out of an ordinary man. They make it too big hero from the ground. It can drive you into choices too late to understand. And morning comes and finds you on the ground, and you still believe in eating in some place better down the road. It seems like it's when the door is open wide, walls begin to close. And don't ask me why. Don't ask me why. 'Cause I don't know. Well, there were dogs on the other side of the road, a giant drop of water in the sand. And there's a child star floating near the ocean's edge, and a drop of blood falling from my hand. And don't ask me why. I don't know. Oh, I don't know. Don't ask me why. Don't ask me why. 'Cause I don't know.
So A Fine Mess is a great double CD kind of thing made for the fans, is that right?
Well, it was really made for the hell of it. I mean, it was made for the hell of it.
Yeah.
Well, you know, it wasn't made for the hell of it. You know what it was made for was a friend of mine had a 7-year-old son die suddenly in a terrible accident, and I sort of went up there and you know, tried to, I don't know, do it a little like, and when I came back to LA, I was just devastated. I was just, you know, I was just emptied, and I mean, well, I wasn't emptied. I had all these feelings that I didn't know what to do with, and I had two choices, you know. Basically, was, you know, one was either just do something really self-destructive, or, you know, do something constructive. And so I called Will Sexton and, you know, a bunch of friends, and just said, you know, hey, I'm kind of in a bad way. Would you mind coming down and like playing some folk music and just trying to like help me get through this, and they did, and that was what it was.
That's great, man. A lot of great songs on there. That was the birth of the New Folk Underground. Then.
That's correct.
Amazing. And how did you meet up with Will Sexton, Austin God?
You know, I don't. To be honest, I don't even remember. I don't even remember not knowing him.
Yeah?
You know, at this point, yeah. I mean, you know, facts tell me that he showed up at my studio in Jesus, God, I don't know, 1988. He was probably like 17 or something like that.
Yeah, man.
And we just hit it off. And
I've loved Will's stuff for years, man. I followed The Kill
greatest.
when we were both kids, you know, and everything in between. I mean, I've seen him play with some of the most amazing people, from Rocky Erickson to, you know, Timothy B. Schmidt, and just the list goes on, and then his own music. It's just incredible.
I think he's the best songwriter in the country, personally.
Absolutely. Well, next to David BAERWALD.
Well, Kirk had a moment of truth, oh no, but he shrugged it off like rabies and posed like a winner on the evening news while the government kissed the babies. It's the only game in town where the handcuffs make that particular sound. The money flows straight from the highest ground, yeah. Silver or lead, take the money or you're dead. Kinky pictures in your bed. She was young and she was overfed. At least that's what I think he said. Somewhere between the lines. Now me, I've been around, seen a thing or two, and I never played with matches. I watched in the clubs all the metro thugs by ladies with their badges. The kind of place you find in towns where the mob movement held their ground. Everywhere that smashing sound, Silver lead, take the money or you're dead. Kinky pictures in your bed, that's one way to use your head. At least that's what I think he said, somewhere between the lines. Me, I am innocent, no matter what they say. You can't lay this off on me. You can't lay this off on me. Outback trade lines with the bureau flags. Bingo goes his people. It's his eagle-eyed son, his number one. The famous midnight people. I just thought you might like to know what makes the governor's garden grow. We got some pretty pictures in the video. Maybe it's time we ought to let it know. Silver lead, take the money or you're dead. Kinky pictures in your bed. She was 12, she was nearly dead. At least that's what the photo said. Somewhere between the lines. Silver lead, take the money or you're dead. Kinky pictures in your bed, that's one way to use your head. At least that's what he might have said, but your political career is dead. Silver lead, take the money or you're dead. Kinky pictures in your bed. Silver lead, take the money or you're dead.
So, anyway, Lost Highway, your new album coming out. I think it's July 16th.
That's
is that
correct,
right?
yeah.
What is it? What's the title? Is it David BAERWALD and the New Folk Underground?
Yeah, it's the New Folk Underground. It's actually called Here Comes the New Folk Underground.
Okay.
It seemed like a really good idea when I came up with it, but now it's like there's this whole like that was before the Grammys and stuff, and before like folk music became some kind of a thing. You know?
Yeah, right.
So now it kind of feels like I'm
brother,
trying to cash in
where
on
are
some
Dave?
kind of crap.
Well, that's your album. The songs I've heard, I haven't heard the finished product, but the songs themselves are very strong. And
it's all the same stuff, basically. I mean, we didn't do much. I mean, we just edited it a little bit. And
Did you?
We took out some of the swearing and
fuck all that.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Lost Highway. How did you meet up with Luke? I guess it is. Yeah, Luke Lewis.
Luke Lewis. Well, I met Luke Lewis. This was before I was even considering being being a performer again. I was really aggravated by the state of country music, which I always felt was a really good form, and it was just being eaten alive by this kind of
Nashville stuff.
Well, it's all Nashville, but I mean, but a certain kind of Nashville, and so I figured I'd have to. Well, what I asked my publisher, and I said I want to find the angriest person in Tennessee.
Wow.
You know.
It's hard, this bunch.
Well, I mean, you know, you would be surprised. I want to find the angriest artist in Tennessee, and so I went down there, and yeah, I met a lot of like peevish people and aggravated people and upset people, but I didn't meet anybody that had the rage of God boiling over in them. And I'd given up, and I was ready to leave, and I was all packed up, and I was sitting in the hotel bar waiting for the cab, and this kid walks in with some English guy, and he goes, you know, listen, I don't want to name names, you know, but proceeds to name every name of everybody in Nashville. He said, Mike Kirby's a goddamn cocksucking little fucking, you know.
I'll second that.
Well, yeah, obviously, but you know, and he didn't stop there. He just kept on going, and I was like, who the fuck is this guy? And I asked the bartender. He said it was Hank Williams III.
Also, you know Shelton. Hell yeah.
Well, I mean, I met him a couple times, and I said, this guy, I gotta fucking, you know, do a record with, and so I went back to the publisher, and I said, I found the guy. You know, you're not gonna believe it. It's Hank Williams' grandson. You know, and he's like, oh yeah, but there's a problem there. You know, and it's like, and but you know, there's this guy that might be able to solve it. You know, and he took me to meet Luke. You know. And who was the head of Mercury at the time, and was administering all of Hank Sr.'s work, and was always really respected by the family for some reason. And I said, you know, this is what I want to do. You know, it's like, come on, man, we got to do this thing, man. It's like this punk honky tonk thing. It's
Hell
like,
yeah.
You know, it's where it's at. You know, we got to do this. And he's like, yeah, you're right. You know, and then we just ran into all this legal trouble, and it just went away. And then somehow, a copy of that Fine Mess thing, you know, the Fine Mess CD thing, ended up on his desk. And he calls my manager and he says, you know, you think David would want to do an artist deal, you know? And, you know, at first my manager was like, well, hell no, you know, he's doing Stuart Little, you know?
right.
And,
he's got all the movies he can stand right now.
Well, it's just, you know, the movie work is a thing, but Doc said, you know, this Lost Highway thing, you know, they offered you this deal, and Bill Bottrell, you know, the guy whose son died, who's another old friend of mine, had a few months earlier said, oh, you got to check out this Lost Highway record label, they're great. They actually give a shit about this kind of music, and so I was like, well, fuck yeah, I want to do that. So we went to Nashville, and we met Luke and Frank Collari, and
looks like it's going to be a great thing.
I don't know. I mean, you know, I hope so, but
they got Ryan Adams right now, who's breaking big. Definitely attention for them. You know?
Yeah,
and of course Willie Nelson, and you know.
Well, they're doing great. I mean, they swept the Grammys and all that kind of stuff. I mean, I just hope that, you know, they don't turn into a normal record company.
Absolutely, which is why Shelton Hank 3 is not here tonight, right? He's not going to be associated with any majors anymore. I promise. I swear.
Yeah, well, I said that too. You know.
Yeah.
Sha-la-la, sha-la-la. Oh, raises and rage in his Barbara Sage, a bitterness, spite, and venom, a brilliant designs on innocent minds, and nobody there to defend them. The terrible sights and the star-studded nights and the candle lights are so blinding. There's a new style, it's so simply wild, stylish and free in a man. It's sha-la-la, passion, yeah, just compassion, sha-la-la. Sha-la-la, passion, yeah, just compassion, sha-la-la. Tolerance lives, it's gifts you can give to try to create understanding. I know that it's hard, me I'm so hurt and I'm scarred, and life is so weird and demanding, but I say live and let live, forget and forgive, that may be why that loves you. Tolerance loses a gift you can give us to try to create understanding. I know that it's hard. Yeah, I'm so fucked up and scarred. Sha-la-la! Sha-la-la! Sha-la-la!
Something you guys actually have in common. Your online community is huge. Hank 3, I found out about him on the internet. You know, I mean, that's the way a lot of this stuff gets spread around it. I understand you're pretty in touch with your online fan base. I see you posting to the message board.
Sure, I do it all the time.
How do you feel about that? Is there
Well, it depends on what day you ask me. I mean, you know, most of the time, I mean, it's a really great group of people, you know. They're also like, you know, I mean, on the whole, it's been just a joy. I mean, it's been a real pleasure to be able to, like, it's like getting a lot of email, you know.
Absolutely.
But from people that actually have something to say, you know, instead of like passing the latest Dilbert, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone, I'd ask a few in the message board area and on the internet, you know, what kind of questions might I ask Dave today when I see him? And every single person's like, the tour. When is he coming to my town, man? So, album July 16th. You were mentioning about a month of tour dates to me earlier.
Yeah.
What's happening with that?
Well, I mean, we're setting up right now. It's, I mean, ideally we'll start June 1st, but yeah, we're starting, you know, to gear up for a normal tour.
Yeah, and you, I heard you mention you're heading out northeast, Boston.
Yeah, the plan is you sort of go east, you know. Geez, I don't even know if it's east, but anyway, you go to Dallas, New Orleans.
That little leg.
Blah, blah, blah,
down through Florida.
Yeah, no, we're not going to go to Florida, but then sort of cut east and just
come on up.
Hit the East Coast, and then cruise around and hit the West Coast.
Oh, cool. Well, that's good, man. Everyone's anxious, I'll tell you that. I know that you never really gigged this much before, and it's truly a special thing to me as a fan of your music to have David BAERWALD playing Happy Hour at Steamboat. It's amazing, and I'm sure it's a great rehearsal opportunity
That's
for you.
great. I mean, it's
so,
awesome.
You know.
There's a dead man. He's lying right outside. His pants called up his ass. And a detective, he pokes the body, drinking steady from his flask. And I'm glad it's him that is lying there. Could be me that took that bath in the Well, change keeps coming just as fast and hard, stupid as a train. When I'm hanging on and wondering if my nerves can take the strain, and everyone I know has got to have a heart, has been driven west. And I'm filling my head with music, so I don't have to hear them cry. Simple feeling is suddenly empty, and I feel callous to survive in the wild, wild west. And the Lord serves those who will serve themselves. The rest he serves on bread. We step across them every day as they lie there on their beds. And it ain't much use in crying. You cry too much, you just end up dead. It's a maze, it's a trap, it's a catacomb. It's a luxury, regret, better try it right. In the wild, wild west, can't become much use to tell. With careful conversation and a vague distress, there's a strange exhilaration as you look over the edge of the wild, wild west.
You folks at home, I don't, as he mentioned, if you ever watch TV, I'm sure you've heard something you may not even know. He's done tons of work. Some of my favorites, Waylon Jennings, Olivia Newton-John, you know, god dang, that's a wide breadth of
That's going back there.
stuff. But what about this track with Nicole Kidman and Ewan McGregor?
Oh, that turned out to be a big song. Well, you know, I was a movie assignment. You know, it was just a movie assignment, and I don't know. I mean, I did one of those today too. I mean, it's the kind of thing I learned how to do when, I mean, when you lose your name, you have to become very inventive. You know.
I can't even imagine that. But the thing is, I've heard that just so many times from people who
it happens
have
all
burned
the
the
time.
record labels. It's like, you know,
It almost has happened to Joe Henry. Yeah, I mean, it happens a lot. I mean, because what happens is that these guys, you know, spend all this money on your behalf without telling you, and then at the end of it, you're presented with this bill when you want to leave. It's like you have this great dinner at a restaurant.
Absolutely. It's kind of like eating all the chocolates in the hotel.
Kind of,
Get
yeah.
the bill at the end.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
yeah, man, that's a crazy thing, and it seems far too common to be still going on as much as it is.
It happens every day.
Exactly. So yeah, Moulin Rouge, that's amazing. So if you've heard that, David BAERWALD's fingers in that, you know, and that's a pretty crazy thing right there. I think it's great exposure for you, although I would still like to see the mass people appreciating your music, you know?
Well, I mean, that's true. I mean, there's a very serious schism. I mean, you know, I saw it on your sheet. You said, you know, you write this stuff for people, and then the stuff you write seems very more personal, you know. And it's true that the work that you do for television or film or other artists, you know, Cheryl or whoever, you know, is never going to be really personal, because you're just kind of trying to think, you know, because you're hired to do something. You're hired to like shape, you know, or shape something.
Exactly.
And try to, you know, say, okay, well, what is it about, you know, how do you cast this character in this role, you know, as star or whatever. And it's a very specific kind of thing. I mean, it's like, and it has very little to do with the way you feel about anything. And I've just kind of gotten to the point where I just want to kind of say what I feel about things, and that's kind of what I just want to devote myself to, really.
I absolutely love what you're doing now, and I hope that's what it's all about for at least the near future, that's for sure.
I saw my father drunk and helpless. He was lying on the floor. He was Nick, drunk and helpless. He was lying on the floor. And with a most peculiar woman whom I'd never seen before. She was a most peculiar woman whom I'd never seen before. Forgiveness, forgiveness has never meant a damn to me. It always seemed bitter apple at the root of a bitter tree. Forgiveness, forgiveness has never meant a damn thing. It always seemed bitter apple at the root of a bitter tree. Bottles line the wall. The room strewn with tarot cards and bottles line the wall. He braced himself against the wall and felt lightly through the floor. Braced himself against the wall, fell lightly to the floor. Me, I never felt so close to him any time before. Forgiveness, forgiveness has never meant a damn. Always seemed a bitter apple at the root of a bitter tree. Forgiveness, forgiveness has never meant a damn to me. It always seemed a bitter apple at the root of a bitter tree.
I know you did take at least from what I could read, you take a very interesting approach to writing that material for someone. I think it was the Cheryl story I was reading that you at least got with her and said, where's your head at? What kind of stuff are you into? And found out what she was looking for.
Well, it's a very intrusive thing to do. I mean, it's,
Sure.
you know, it's somewhere between being a shrink and a Marine Corps instructor. You're asking. It's like if somebody, because everybody's got an answer. Well, why do you do this? Well, I do this because of this. No, really, why do you do this?
Exactly. Get the right thing out.
Like, well, hey,
I can see that. Let me tell you. So the book you were working on a book. This would be your second book, if I'm not mistaken.
Well,
right?
yeah, it's my first real book, but yeah.
A lot of folks actually wanted to know what's going on with that.
Well, July 11th, we're doing a reading of it in Manhattan.
Wow.
Me and a couple of actors. And we're just kind of looking for a publisher. We're just seeing if there's any interest in. I mean, it's not what a lot of people would think, because it's not about showbiz and it's not about. It's really. I mean, there's a couple of, the music business enters into it, but only as a kind of. This is what the character happens to do for a living. It's really the sideshow to what's really going on, which is, I think, more important than the music business. I mean, just for
Working
me.
title or sealed title?
Right now it's called Simple Stories.
Simple Stories. And I know Willie's just had a book out. Does Lost Highway have anything to do with that?
With his book? No,
Yeah.
no. I mean,
So you just got to find a publisher to go with.
I've got to find the right publisher, because it's a pretty strange book, and it needs somebody to really believe in it.
The album July 16th. I hope to see you in Austin. Is this home for
Yeah,
as far
yeah.
as you can see?
Yeah, we moved in. I mean,
That's nice.
house, kid, dogs, everything.
Absolutely. I appreciate you taking the time.
All
to
right,
sit
well,
with
thank
us
you for
today,
being
and,
interested.
We wish you nothing but the best out there on the road.
Well,
man.
thanks.
So, yeah.
Miss Christina does a 944. Satisfaction oozes from her pore. She keeps rings on her fingers, marble on her floor. Cocaine in her dresser, ball on her door. She keeps her back against the wall. She keeps her back against the wall. So I said, welcome to the moon town. Be a good habit, we got plenty to go around. Welcome to the moon town. All that money makes such a succulent sound. Welcome to the moon town. Handsome Kevin got a little off track. He took a year off from college and never went back. And now he smokes too much and a pulmonary. Hey, deals stuff out of days and keeps the steamboat in the bay. Always listens to the ground. Always listens to the ground. So I say, welcome, welcome to the boomtown. Feel good habit, we got plenty to go around. Welcome, welcome to the boomtown. All that money makes such a succulent sound in the boomtown. Where the ambulance arrived too late. I guess she didn't want to wait. So I say, welcome, welcome to the boomtown. You can have it, we got plenty to go around. Welcome, welcome to the boomtown. Feel good habit, we got plenty to go around. Welcome to the boomtown. Good evening, sir and madam, may I introduce myself? I'll be your waiter and your friend for the evening. My only purpose is to serve, and if I might observe, madam is looking quite spectacular this evening. And if I might suggest, the trout is very, very fresh, and the chef is taking pains with the sauces. And the pasties are divine, and we have a special wine brought directly back from Paris by our bosses. Am I alone in this? Am I alone? Am I alone in this? Am I alone? I am your waiter, I'm ordinary and the wildest in the world. I am your waiter, I'm ordinary and the wildest in the world. I am your waiter, I am ordinary, and I hope you enjoy your evening. Your evening. The special tonight is the corn-skirted rabbit, freshly slaughtered by our chef, Stephen Barber. The pastry tonight is the Brazilian espresso, freshly slaughtered by our friend, harbor. I'm in a spin, I'm swept down a sexual and sundered, split apart in sweeping fields. I'm in a spin, I'm swept down a sexual, sundered, split apart in sweeping fields of color. Loneliness, am I alone? Am I alone in this? Am I alone? I'm your waiter, and I'm ordinary and the wildest in the world. I am your waiter, I am ordinary, the wildest in the world. I am your waiter, I am ordinary, and I hope you enjoy your
waiting in a hole. Waiting in a hole.
walls of the walls that flicker and fade, soft and hard in a swift parade. Shining rooms sublimely made. I am a waiter where the sparks are trained and a baby cries, and a waiter waits. Well, our boxes change and our babies cry, and our waiters wait. In towers and in gutters and in soft sweet rooms, eating takeout of escargot, drinking coffee from a paper cup, or lying with a ballad in the back of your head on a sidewalk in Karachi.
Waiting in home.
Am I alone in this? Am I alone? Am I alone in this? Am I alone? I'm your waiter. I'm ordinary and the wildest in the world. I am your waiter. I am ordinary and the wildest in the world. I am your waiter. I am ordinary and I hope you enjoy your evening. Your
Thank you.